going to be doing this Smokey Skull. Clearly I'm doing a Halloween tutorial, unless you just want to rock around this like this on the regular. I was very inspired when I saw this Smokey Skull image from Vicky Mon. I will link her down below or around here somewhere. She did an amazing Smokey Skull, and I've never really been into doing the skull kind of makeup tutorial. I don't know why, I just have never really liked it or slash been able to draw the teeth. And then when I saw this, I was like, this is something I can get into. You only need to really use 2 eyeshadows and some eyeliner. It does take a bit of time to blend, but really it's actually not that hard. And I got these contacts from Pinky Paradise, and oh my god, do they not just make me look super scary. I will also have a link to Pinky Paradise and a discount code if you want to get 50% off and get these contacts in time for Halloween, so I'll link that down below. I am happy with how the skull turned out. It's not as good as some other people's, but I just thought that I would show you guys that really anyone can do this for Halloween. And you know, you guys know that I'm into sort of doing really easy Halloween tutorials, so I hope you guys like it. So if you're not already, please go and subscribe to my channel. Click that button down below. Like this video if you like it. And anyways, let's just get straight into the video. So I've already prepped my face and I've already done my eyebrows as usual, and concealer on my eyelids and eye area along with setting powder, as you can kind of tell. So I'm going straight in with my Morphe 35W palette and the caramel brown shade, plus this brush which is from Vanity Planet, just a buffing blending brush. And I'm going in above the crease and blending in windscreen wiper motions into the inner corner and bringing it all the way out, as well as making sure to keep building the colour up, as it is a main feature of the look. And I'm also bringing it up very high towards the brow, really almost touching the brow, as you can see. Then grabbing the black from this palette and the Urban Decay brush and applying that straight to my eyelid and packing that shadow on, just roughly up to the crease, just so that I can pack that colour on and get it kind of neat. And then I'm going to go ahead and start blending with the same brush again to soften up those edges and bringing the black up slowly, so bringing it up slowly to soften up those lines. Then using this Coastal Scents brush, I'm adding the same caramel brown shade to the brush and I'm blending the black in as well as up, almost touching the brow. Then I wanted to add some shimmer, so I grabbed the shimmery black shadow in the Morphe palette and using the same brush, started packing that on my lid. I found it was actually more true black and pigmented than the matte shadow, and I really liked it. I just thought it added a little bit of depth, and then I also blended it in to soften those lines again. Grabbing the Maybelline 24-hour gel liner, I'm applying that along my upper lash line, and then I'm also applying it in my upper waterline. Then cleaning all the fallout away using the Garnier Micellar water in oil before applying some mascara using the Maybelline Lash Sensational. It didn't really bother me that I removed some concealer because I'm going to go over it anyway. After that is dried, I went ahead and applied these Glam lashes called Olivia, which as you can see are very separated and they're a bit different, so I kind of like them for this look. Now onto my face, I'm using the Benefit Porefessional Matte Rescue, and for foundation I'm using Loreal True Match, and I'll link the colour down below, and applying that over my face using the Real Techniques small foundation brush before blending it all in with a damp beauty blender. Then for concealer, I'm using MAC NC20, and I'm going to be applying that using the same brushes I'd used before for foundation and putting that under my eyes. I'm also going to put that along the bridge of my nose and on my forehead, and then I'm going to blend it in again using the same beauty blender. Then for setting my face today, I'm using Maybelline Matte Maker in Classic Ivory, first focusing on where I put the concealer, and then I'm going to go and pat it over the rest of my face, as I'm kind of going for a bit more of an all over sort of more paler look today. I don't want to add any bronzers or anything. Then I'm finishing my eyelid, covering my lash line using the Kat Von D liner. Then I'm going to do a little under eye baking using Face of Australia loose translucent powder and my slightly damp sponge, but I'm not really leaving it on for too long. I only really had it on there for a couple minutes. Now onto my lower lash line, adding the same liner into my waterline as well as into my lash line. Then grabbing the same Urban Decay brush that still has some black shadow on it, I'm going to start blending that in and running that from corner to corner, and then blending more with my Sigma short shader just to smoke
smoke it up, and also to start with the under eye area, which we are going to emphasize even more. Then using the same fluffy blending brush and the brown shade, I'm going to start applying that around the bottom part of my eye and in the inner corner, and just building that color and depth up, but not trying to use too much product to start off with, so that you can blend it nice and softly and it doesn't go on too dark in too many places. And then blending with my Morphe Bullet Crease brush to get that black softened a little more. Using this more orange shade, I wanted to add a slightly different shade to the under eye area and bringing it down also around on the outside corner of my eye as well. It just added a little bit of colour that the brown wasn't quite giving it. And wiping the Morphe Bullet Crease brush to make sure there isn't too much black on it, and I'm roughly blending up the colours from my brows upwards to continue on with that eye effect and really create that deepened bone kind of look. This had both brown and black on it, and I just sort of rubbed it into my eyebrows as well. For the nose today, I'm using the same liner and lightly sketching how I want it to look while I look at a picture to make sure I go somewhat correct. I'm also just lightly bringing the lines up just so that it sort of keeps with that nice soft skull look. It's very dainty, very sketched. Then using some cheap face paint from the $2 shop and a small flat brush, I'm of course wetting the brush, and then I'm going to colour in the rest of the nose area, as you can see. And then I'm setting the area with that glitter shadow that I used before to make it just a little bit extra. I then extended the nose with a tiny amount of black shadow that was left on the brush, extending those two lines, although I think I went a little too dark. Then, let's be honest, a girl's got to highlight the cheekbone area, so I used the Balm Mary Lou and my Morphe fan brush. Now for the cheeks, I'm using this brush from Vanity Planet. Make sure you have a small, stiff brush for this, and I'm using caramel brown shade about 3/4 of the way up my ear, just above that little ear section. I don't even know what that's called, but you know what I mean, just before the top of your ear starts. And then I wanted to bring it so it was just below the bottom of my nose, semi in line with that, and then curving it down just before my mouth, if that makes sense. Then I wanted to deepen it up a little with some black, adding that to the line, although only a very small amount. Then I also wanted to draw in a throat a little, so I just started to do that, but I will go back in more later. Then I went back in and deepening the colour at the top of the line, and then creating a soft gradient effect where the colour looks like it fades more naturally, as I really like this look and thought it looked a little more realistic, and mainly just using the same brush and caramel brown shade as before. I ended up grabbing the Sigma tapered blending brush to softly sort of spread the colour bigger and more evenly, so it was a lot quicker and a lot softer, and there was no harsh lines or anything like that. It was easy to blend. And then I grabbed the Morphe Bullet Crease brush and the caramel brown and orange shades, and I wanted to deepen up the colour again slightly under that line all the way along, as you can see, just creating some more definition. And then I am bringing the colour around the hairline and towards the temple, as you can see, to give the rest of my face a little bit more shape, sort of to emphasise the skull look, I guess, to make it a little bit more obvious. I then went back in and added some more definition around my neck, just straight down, and then also, as you can see, etching out the collarbones a little bit more using the same caramel brown shade. Then going in again on my neck, because I couldn't seem to just do that all at once, sort of creating that more throat effect by going straight across, as you can clearly tell. Then I used the smaller brush that I used just to add some straighter lines and make it a little bit darker with the brown colour, as you can see. And then I also went and I added a little bit of colour under my lip, sort of on my chin area. And then I also went and pressed the colour using that same sort of blending brush that I used before into my temple or my forehead, just to create these more bony kind of effect, I guess. I sort of just press it in and then didn't really go and blend it at all. And then I added a little bit more brown to my nose. Then I etched out my jawline a little bit using the Sigma Small Contour brush, just using the same brown. It was kind of a bit rough, but I just wanted to really make my jaw look super defined. Then I used powder and applied that over my lips just so I could create that good base. You can see I grabbed the Kat Von D liner again and I started etching out the mouth, just really lightly sketching the line from the outer edge of my mouth just sort of a quarter of the way into where I've already drawn the brown area, and then I started in the center of my lip. As I said, I'm not very good at teeth, so I wanted it to kind of look thin and messy, so I pressed harder on my lip and let the pen sort of run out so it was a bit thinner down on the outside on my skin, just so that it looked nice, thin, and very delicate, I guess is the good word to use. So I did the center one, and then on either side I put 3 lines on the lip, as you can see, trying to make it pretty even, but again, it doesn't have to be perfect. And then I also added those lines sort of just really lightly on the line. I really just be careful not to draw it along too hard. So this is the look without contacts and my brown eyes. I did get sent some contacts from pinkyparadise.com. As you can see, I went ahead and put one of them in. They are from the Halloween range, and they are this like white contact is what I went for because I thought it looked really scary, but it kind of looked blue as well on my brown eyes. It was weird, but I think it looks super scary and adds to the look. It does look cool with just one contact in, so I liked that look. If you would like to get a discount, I do have a discount. It's Bronte50, so if you want to go and check that out.
And then that was all for today. I hope you guys liked it. As I mentioned, the contacts will be linked down below, and I do really like how it turned out. It was quite easy. It just takes a little bit of time. Let me know if you're going to try this look out for Halloween, because I would love to know, and of course tag me in your photos if you do it as well, and you tag me on Instagram, that would be great. So if you would like to see anything, please let me know in the comments below, and hopefully I will see you all very, very soon. Bye guys!